I am absolutely wild about it. So is my husband. You probably know that we just moved here. I talk about it sometimes because really there's no better time to make inventory of the things that you need and love the most in your life than when you're moving. And let me tell you, we've got a front seat. Put it in the seat belt and make sure it comes to us on night one. We can't put it in a box and be without it for a few weeks. That was our Philips Sonicare tank flosser. You're not just going to be getting one of the best, deepest cleans that just simply does not happen with a toothbrush, even if it's an electric toothbrush, and it definitely doesn't happen with floss. Quite frankly, the only place you can get a clean like this, other than this, is with an actual dentist visit. And I don't know about you, but I hate that. Look at how easy this is to get the broccoli, the dirt, the debris, even out of places like bridges, crowns, dental work. We see here the braces. I was someone who lived with braces for years. You're not just pushing the food in, you're actually cleaning it out. And I want to tell you what you're getting with this deal. You are going to get the flosser plus the AC wall adapter, which is just super convenient. It goes right up against my wall. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Plus your F1 standard nozzle, which everyone loves, but you're also going to be getting the F3 quad stream nozzle. And I know when Kathy Wolf is here, she's gonna tell you what that quad stream's all about. I'm gonna give you a hint. We only keep it on the quad stream. We don't even move it to the other one. We're always using, you do too, always on the quad stream. By the way, you can buy 2 additional quad streams here for $19.95. We'll put that item up because you're gonna wanna keep those quad streams. They are awesome. And you're also going to get the extra F3, but that's why I want 4. And plus a $10 mail-in rebate. Yeah. So we're on the lowest price. Really, it's gonna be $69.99 if you're willing to walk to your mailbox, you know, one time and send in that rebate. But that is a deal that is less than the cost of one dentist visit, and you can now have that clean, that comfort, and that health as long as you want. Kathy, you are an absolute expert with this. I know you know teeth, hygiene, and just home care in general, but this is a step above. You know, Angie and I were just talking about it. She goes, I love clean teeth. I'm obsessed. If you are somebody who does not floss your teeth, and let's be honest, 80% of us, and they say 80%, do not floss every single day. Ooh. I think the 20% lie, or at least a few of those in there. If you are somebody who doesn't floss every day, and the reason that we don't, it's uncomfortable, it's hard to get to those back teeth, jacking it up into there. I have a small mouth, it's hard to get to those areas, but I was somebody who really suffered from gum health. I've taken great care of my teeth all the time, but what made a big difference for me, they would do those little pokes. You know, when they count in, and they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are certain numbers you don't want to get to. I had 6s and I had 7s before I started doing this. I changed over, used gum care on my toothbrush. That helped. I got down to 4s. That was pretty good. They say usually it's nearly impossible to reverse it. That's how impressive this is. This is the one that now I have nothing higher than a 2. I only have 1, 2, and it's in the far back of my mouth. And trust me, I get back there now all the time. But let's show you why. It is because this quad pacer design, the way that this does it, it goes in. So all you're going to do is turn the unit on. You can choose the 2 different modes, and then you go in there and you just start blasting away. This quad design actually has 4 different jets that are going to blast away the plaque. And in one use, it blasts away 99.9% of the plaque that is in your mouth. One time, 99.9% of the plaque. It is 180% more effective than string floss for healthier gums after 6 weeks worth of time. Wow. Your gum health is the most important thing that you can do. But what happens, so traditionally, and we have the pinpoint one also. We include that in case you get that little poppy seed or that little popcorn kernel that you really don't need to do your whole mouth, but you just got to get that one out of there. This is going to actually massage your gums every single time. Yes. But instead of 1 jet, it is actually 4 jets that are shooting out every single time. That's why it's blasting away 99.9% of the plaque. It is also going to blast away 3 times more in the individual areas between the teeth and below the gum line. It is shown to be 180% more effective than floss for actually promoting healthier gums. There is nothing else like this on the market. It is more effective than floss. Traditionally, when you have an oral irrigator, They say if you're not going to be flossing, it's a great idea. Yeah. This is actually more effective than regular floss, and it gets to the areas where you can't reach with traditional floss. And that's one of the things, you know, we talk about our teeth health quite a bit, but I still remember the first time that a dentist came to, my school and was talking to us, they said, even if you don't brush, you gotta floss. Even if you don't want to brush, you gotta floss. Even if you don't gargle, you gotta floss. It is so much more important than brushing. So then we go, okay, but no one does the flossing, but even if I did it, are you saying I could have 180% more effectiveness without having to, by the way, continue to buy something? It's not like you run out of the water coming out of your faucet. That's something that you're gonna be able to use. You don't have to use certain kinds of water. I just fill it up, and then you just turn the nozzle to whatever number you want. So if you're kind of afraid of it being a little bit too strong, that's okay. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it goes up to 10, I keep mine on around a 7, and then you can choose just clean or deep clean. So you're only gonna use one button. It's just how much do I want it to be, you know, what's the strength that I want on that actual nozzle? That's it. There's no like loading it up or heating it up or did I clean. It is so user-friendly and goof-proof that, quite frankly, it was like we took it out of the box and within 30 seconds we were using it.
Yeah, it is. And this is something, for the first time ever, we're actually giving you 2 of the quad designs. So you're actually gonna get those, the F3, so you're gonna get 2 of those. We give you the $10 mail-in rebate. Mail it in. It actually comes back as a gift card. It's either a Visa or a MasterCard gift card that you can use anywhere. Takes seconds to be able to do that. But I want to just share with you and show you, because there are the different levels that are on here. But let me go ahead and turn this.
Yeah, and when I got mine, I only got one of the quad ones. So this is such a great bundle to get to, because people love them so much that they actually came back and said, you can grab 2 for the $19.95, which is a great deal. Yeah. But you're really getting an extra one, which is at least, you know, around a $10 value, plus the $10 rebate. So, I mean, you're looking at something for the lowest price on the market, but from Philips, which is maybe the best name you could possibly trust for something like this.
Yes, and I wanted you to see that. So that's that X design, where it actually goes out and goes to each of those. This is the #1 brand recommended by dentists and dental health professionals. It's our quad stream technology. It actually removes 9 times more of the plaque than a traditional one. It's called the Power of X. It's our X-shaped quad stream design. But do you see what that's doing? It's actually blasting away the plaque below the gum line, in between the teeth. That's where my cavities always were. That's why I had that hard time. I had to have 6 teeth removed just to get in there. 9 times more coverage area than a standard nozzle. So even if you're already using a traditional oral irrigator, you're gonna see how much better this one actually is, because of the fact that it does go in between the teeth. It goes below the gum line. Your gums actually feel like a massage. You will notice the difference the very first time that you use this. Your dentist will be able to notice a difference within 2 weeks worth of time. But there are also various levels on this. And the reason that I bring that up, if you are brand new, if you're somebody that when you floss, your gums always kind of bleed, I want you to be able to see the difference. So here's kind of, that's our level 1. So just gonna give it a little bit. Going up to 2, 3, 4, 5.
And you can work your way up. Do you know what I mean? Like my husband started on the 2, and yeah, you work your way up. Look at that. It's basically a washing machine in there.
Here's the other thing, and I don't know if we've talked about this. You know how long this takes? 1 minute. I cannot floss my teeth with a string floss in 1 minute's worth of time. So if you're somebody who says, you know what, I don't have time, or, you know, let's be honest, we know we all have time, right? We just don't like doing it. It's the bleeding of the gums. It's the yucky smell. It's the, have you ever heard somebody flossing their teeth and it's like, it's just so gross. I don't know why it totally grossed me out. I always say there's only one pretty woman who ever made that look good.
Oh my God, that's funny. I don't have it. I actually don't mind flossing, and I'm literally coming as maybe one of the 20% who does like to floss, and I feel like this absolutely changed the game for me. And a part of that is, if you're someone who has dental work, whether, you know, I went through having braces or having veneers, having bridges, having crowns, I don't feel safe putting sometimes floss in somewhere. I'm afraid if it gets stuck, am I gonna pull the tooth out with it? I'm afraid the pick is just putting the food in there more. People say that those floss picks are actually doing you worse damage because you're just poking food in there and then it's not coming out. So for me, this was a game changer if anyone had dental work already done. Whether you had that thing that you were afraid to put the floss into, you didn't want it to be tugging or pulling, and you got that anxiety of, if I pull this floss out, am I pulling the tooth or the dental work out? That's where I came from. And when I started using this, I could use it nice and light, something that would never be abrasive or disruptive to that dental work. And I felt secure again to clean my teeth without that anxiety. That was priceless for me.
I love that. That's a great story because you're that 20% who does it on a daily basis.
Who
so you're
flosses and
already
thinks
good
this
about
is
it.
better.
So this is 180% more effective than your traditional floss.
Yeah.
But if you are somebody who is apprehensive, like you said, your husband was more apprehensive, he wasn't flossing every day, so maybe he starts at a level 2. You can start at the lower levels. You can also use a warmer water. I've had people put a little bit of salt in there as well.
Oh, cool.
I put just a little drop of mouthwash because it just feels really refreshing. But I want to show you what it's doing. It's the power of X, and the power of X is going to make that difference. So, and the reason we show you braces and we show you broccoli, those are some of the hardest things to kind of get into that area. Let me turn that on. There we go. So you have 10 different levels. Oh, there are also 2 different modes too. There's a traditional clean and then there's a deep clean mode. The deep clean mode is actually going to, you'll see how it kind of pulses. That's when you're gonna move to each different tooth. So as it goes along, let me see if I get it. So you'd be going like this, and each time it pulses, you move on to the next tooth. What is that gonna do? In 1 minute's worth of time, you're gonna be able to clean your entire mouth perfectly, better than you can do with floss, but you're actually taking care of your gums. And our gum health and our true overall oral care does connect to our entire body. So like you said, I love that the dentist said to you,